really want to thank everybody for coming on and taking time out of your day to come and join us tonight. And so I kind of want to introduce the concept of our coaching circle and the concept behind it and what we were thinking and what our goal to make it and how we want it to be. And so for our coaching circle, we want it to be a very open space, a safe space, and a opportunistic space for people to get to know each other. So definitely you'll see us utilizing the chat. I love that everybody's chiming in, introducing themselves, saying hi to everybody. That is super awesome. I love that. And so same thing on here. If you'd love to come on video, feel free to chime in, raise your hand, use that feature and chime in and kind of interact with us, because I think that's what we want it to be. We want it to be a space where you as coaches get to network, as well as pick our brains a little bit about mental coaching and even challenge us a little bit. If you have any challenges that you face as a coach, as a player, as an athlete, as a parent with children who are playing, trying to get to a higher level, there's so many different facets of golf that really involve mental skills. And so we really wanted to create this unique community, a unique online community that meets Fridays at 6 so that we can just collaborate ideas and really just come together to just have a really open-ended conversation about mental skills so we can all learn together.
Yeah, and like to grow the game, right? Because this game, kind of like Colleen was saying, like there's so much that you can do to your body, but the one that stays in it longer mentally is the one that wins out. And when Dr. Park and I were talking about putting this like program together, it really resonated with me because I used to work with Olympic sailors in Singapore, and I went over there to work with the athletes, right? And it's great working with athletes that want to get better, but what I realized very soon after being there was it's not just an athlete that gets you there, right? It takes a village. And so my role actually started shifting from working with the athletes to understanding what the coach's mindset is. Like, how is the coach coaching the athlete and is it being effective? And then even once I dug a little bit deeper, I needed to find out what the parents were thinking, right? And so I started creating this like 360-degree approach to understanding what it takes to get to an Olympic gold medal. And so on the pathway to an Olympic medal, there are lots of things that are going to get in your way. And if you don't have that support system behind you, it's going to be much harder. You can still get there. Trust me, I talked to some athletes that still get there, but it's just a much harder struggle. And all of you on here right now, you have a passion not only for this game, you have not only a passion for performance, you have a passion for like helping others get where they want to go. And so we just really appreciate all of you showing up and being present. And we're really excited for kind of where this thing is going to go.
Mm-hmm. When we started this concept, this idea, I just recently came off of, so I was invited to speak at the PGA, Northern California PGA Player Teacher Forum. It was early this week, and there was about 155 PGA instructors there. And one of the main concepts was mental health, mental conditioning. And there has been research and reports that came out of Harvard that they're predicting that the next global pandemic is going to be a mental health pandemic. The next global pandemic after COVID-19 is going to be a mental health pandemic. And that's what they're kind of noticing in trends and behaviors and things. When COVID hit us, like it shook the entire world and it caught us off guard. Like it literally caught us off guard. And we were trying to figure out how to adjust and pivot on the fly in the moment, because, when we were kind of removed from being closed off and on lockdown, we had to figure out how to do our business, or we had to figure out how to socialize. Everything shifted on a dime, and we had no room for preparation. Now, if experts are kind of predicting that the next global pandemic might be a mental health pandemic, what are we doing to prepare this time? So we're not caught off guard. We're not thrown for a loop, and we're preparing the language of mental training and mental skills and mental health. More and more people are going to gravitate towards this skill of training the mind so we can start getting a hold of our emotions and start managing our emotions so that we can ultimately control our performance and our behaviors. Now, as parents, if you're parents here, I often say to parents that things in life are more caught than they're taught. Things in life are more caught than taught. No matter what you say to your kids, even if you're a coach and you don't have kids, no matter what you say to them, they're watching you more than what they hear you say. So for us to be able to not only learn the language of mental skills, but also to apply it ourselves, to really like soak it in and try to start taking control of our thoughts a little bit more so that we can manage our emotions, ultimately to be able to control and manage, ultimately to perform at an optimal state. Think about golf and think about your profession as a golf coach, as a parent. It's often a lonely game. It's a lonely field. It's a great field to be in. Of course, golf is wonderful, but it's also very lonely. Find your support group. Find a niche. Find your group that has your back, who's going to listen to you, who's going to support you. Now, these coaching circles are really set up to create a little support group for people who help other people, whether you're a caddy, a parent, a coach. And we're setting this up to really be in support of you all and to build a community here where you're bringing your questions, you're being vulnerable, you're listening to other people and how they navigate their conversations with their players. And we're really trying to go through this journey of life and coaching together. Now, we have a certification course that we built in tandem of our academy, and this coaching circle is going to be integrated in that. So it's part of that. So we're just kind of experimenting and really offering, what is it like to build a community? What are people really needing so that we can tailor our stuff and come right back to you and give you more resources.